before I start, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this one. Now, let me tell you what happened. It was supposed to be a normal Thursday night, just the two of us having dinner at our favorite little Italian place. I remember the smell of garlic and fresh bread filling the air, the soft hum of the restaurant around us. I thought it would be a simple, comforting night after a long week, but it ended up being the night my world quietly shattered. We were sitting across from each other, clinking glasses of wine, and she leaned in, her voice barely above the clatter of silverware. "I still miss him," she said. I froze. My fork hovered over my plate. The world didn't just tilt, it collapsed beneath me. I tried to force a smile, thinking maybe I misheard. "Excuse me." My voice sounded sharper than I wanted it to. "Your ex." "I still think about him sometimes," she admitted, casually, almost flippantly, as if she had been rehearsing this line for weeks. I laughed, or maybe it was a sob trapped in my throat. "You what?" I could barely process the words. My mind scrambled. Try to remember all the times she said she loved me, all the plans we made, every forever she whispered in my ear. How could that have been real if she was still here, thinking about someone else? It wasn't sudden, though, in hindsight. There were signs. The missed calls, I convinced myself, were just work. The texts she would hide quickly when I walked into the room. The way her smile would fade when my name came up on her phone screen. I had blamed myself first. Maybe I wasn't enough. Maybe I was too tired, too busy, too ordinary. But now, hearing it straight from her lips, I realized I had been blind to the truth all along. I remember driving home that night, gripping the steering wheel until my knuckles ached. I kept replaying every moment with her, every laugh, every shared glance. Was any of it real? Or had I just been a placeholder while she held a candle for him in the shadows? The next few days were a blur of subtle surveillance, the kind of thing you don't admit to anyone. I started noticing patterns. The way she'd excuse herself to take calls that ended in hushed whispers, the sudden late nights at work, the phone that was always face down, always locked. I wanted to believe in coincidences, in trust, but a sinking feeling told me otherwise. Then came the accidental discovery. Her phone, left unlocked, a single message thread glowing on the screen. His name, her words dripping with nostalgia and longing. "I wish I could go back," she typed. I remember staring at it, the heat rising in my chest, the bile in my throat. Every word I had ever held sacred between us felt like ash now. I confronted her, quietly, in our bedroom, because I couldn't bear the audience of others. She didn't deny it. Her eyes shimmered with tears, guilt, or maybe relief, probably both. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she whispered. I never stopped thinking about him. And there it was, the brutal, raw honesty. No excuses, no smoke and mirrors, just a truth that I wasn't ready to swallow. I felt anger, disbelief, sorrow, all in one suffocating wave. And beneath it, something else. A slow, creeping recognition that love alone couldn't fix this. Not if it was only one-sided. I remember the small moments that now cut like knives. Her laughter with me that never reached her eyes. The way she always seemed distant even in close embraces. The vacations and dinners that fell hollow now. Everything I cherished was tainted. Not because I failed, but because she had never fully been there. It was the hardest decision I ever had to make. Walking away. Not with screaming or dramatic confrontation, but quietly, with a suitcase in one hand and my dignity in the other. She begged me to stay. I wanted to stay, but staying would have been lying to myself, and I couldn't do that anymore. As I closed the door behind me for the last time, I didn't look back. The relief was strange, almost alien, and yet beneath it ran a river of grief I couldn't name. I knew rebuilding wouldn't be fast, and healing would be messy. But I also knew I had regained something I'd lost long ago, my self-respect, my right to be loved fully and honestly. I still think about that night, the confession that hit me like a freight train. And I still wonder, did she ever regret it? Or was this her version of being honest? I may never know, but what I do know is this. Betrayal teaches you something about yourself. It teaches you what you deserve. And sometimes the hardest lesson is learning to walk away from someone you thought was your forever. So if you're watching this and you've ever been in that place, betrayed, confused, heartbroken, know that it's possible to find your strength again. Trust yourself, honor your feelings, and don't let someone else's indecision define your worth.